What's going on, everybody? My name's Tyler. This is Sean. We're Rendered Reality. Thanks for joining us on Coffee and VR, starting right now.
What's going on, everybody? We are super excited for today's show. Hopefully you like the clickbait goodness because it is turned up to 100 today. We're going to see if this clickbait stuff works. We're going to watch this show absolutely blow up from this ridiculous clickbait stuff we got going on right now.
I can't take it, man. It's all over. It's all over, and it's ridiculous to see it, how it happens, how it works.
We wanted to be a part of the clickbait stuff, man. We had to do it. We don't ever do clickbait. We had to push the boundaries.
Funny, man. I just
we were cracking up laughing that morning,
and I'm like, oh man, this is great. I'm like, I'm using this baby, man.
So
I mean, it's an open mouth, right? That's supposed to be what
open
works
mouth, big eyes,
right?
wow face. That's what it's all about. I mean, that's how you got. That's how you got to roll these days, I guess.
Explosions. Come on, man.
Explosions, red arrows.
Exactly.
Let's go ahead and give away a code because it has been raining already in chat with some codes. So keep an eye out on chat for codes that are popping up, as well as on the show today. We have some stuff going on. Gun Club on Steam, which you just recently played. Gun Club. What did you think of that?
Yeah, so I actually really liked it. So, all right, let's go way back, right? So when this game dropped, I'm like, it was like teleport only, just kind of stand there. I think I'm not 100%, but I
haven't even played it. I haven't played the early one. I haven't played the latest one. I hear that I need to, though.
Well, so we're into shooters, right? So we like to move around and free roam. And, this is more of like a standing in one position shooting. But the more I look into it, the more I see people talk about it, I'm like, I just want to know what it's like because of all the hype that it does get from new people coming in and stuff. And Tony Digital
said the dream team is back. Tyler had a migraine last week and couldn't make it last minute. So he's finally back.
I have been getting migraines from playing VR, and I don't really want to think about it or talk about it right now because it's a very sore subject.
Well, now you brought it up, so now you're at least going to have to talk about it.
I'm not going to talk about it because I'm just going to ignore it and just eat the migraines, I think, because I have to play VR.
I don't know. So, comments on last show said that you need to cut back on the coffee because they watch you drink a whole pot of coffee every show, and they said that is potentially the reason the migraines may be coming, which I'm sure there may be some other factors other than just VR. Sure. I know we've talked about it before with some of them times the cable pulling on your head and stuff could be causing it. You do have some neck issues. And we played, so you got a migraine after we played Demeo a whole bunch last week for a couple hours, and it was constantly, looking down, even though you could tilt the table and stuff, but I don't know if that has...
it's a neck thing, man. Like I can play Pop 1 for 5 hours and I'm fine, but it's like if I'm looking down or I feel like a headset pulling on me now, it's an issue. And I actually just got one of the I'm getting so off track already, but I got the cable I needed for the VR wire stuff. I needed some cables because my ceiling's too high, my area's too big that nothing was even close to reaching. So I kind of had to redo it, and I realized I need some extra cables, so I just got those too. So I really want to try that with like the Index and the G2 and stuff. So that's my my next feat to try and stop migraines, but it's been bad lately. But anyways, back to Gun Club. It's a great game, and the mechanics in it are awesome. The bullets are, man, I feel so rewarding shooting guns in there because you have this like smoke trail that follows the bullets and stuff too.
I gotta try it. I've never played it because I never really saw the draw of playing something by myself like that. Like, you know what I mean? And it's just, there's no like AI stuff. Like you're just shooting like different cutouts and stuff all through there, right? Targets, yeah.
Well, but there's more to it, way more to it than that too. And with the attachments,
I know there's been some updates
and and building stuff. And the, I don't know, it just gives you a really good feeling. Kind of like, what was it, Showdown? Was that the original Oculus demo where you were like Remember where you're staying on top of the escalator in the subway? And
No,
like
that was Showdown was the one where you were just sitting there and the whole world was coming at you and the car like flipped over you.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what that was. I know exactly what you're talking about, that real early shooter. And that was actually the demo kind of workings for what's the robot?
Right?
No, the robot game. Oculus
Robo Recall.
Robo Recall. That was the inner workings before Robo Recall. I forget what that was called though. I know exactly what you're talking about.
But that dropped with touch, I think, didn't it? That demo, that was like one of the first like touch experiences.
It was
and it kind of gave me those feels a little bit, but way more refined. Visually, it's really good. It's great, and I would just love to like that game to be expanded into like a true multiplayer. Like,
for sure. I know. I know Wolvraza talks a lot about it. He plays it a lot. I just saw GST said bought that for my dad on Quest for his birthday on Father's Day. He said he enjoyed it as a trap shooter in German. I don't know what that word is, participant. So, but I think that is mainly. I mean, from what I hear, Bullet Time, Paradise K got it right. Bullet Time, that's what that was. But that's what I hear is the mechanics and stuff of the guns and the gameplay and stuff is really good. So I'm gonna have to jump in there. I'm gonna have to pick it up. But we did just give a Steam code away for that. And you wanted to mention too the Population 1 update. That's the big team. What is it?
What?
Population 1 update.
Well, before I bought it literally for the same reason that a gaming science teacher did, because I want it to demo to people who are new to VR, and they don't have to move around. They don't have to know crazy mechanics. You know what I mean? And it shows off guns really well. So that's kind of why. And somebody else said, have I had my eyes checked lately? And do I wear glasses?
The migraines, maybe.
Adjustment. I have had my eyes checked. I have brand new contacts and stuff. I do wear glasses. But it's actually a neck issue. I do know it's like a spinal neck issue, and it pinches a nerve when I look down and look up and stuff. So I know what it is. I just don't want to think about it because anything that takes me out of VR is scary in my eyes. So if I just,
we still played like at least 4 or 5 hours or 3 or 4 hours Population 1 the other day.
That was so dope because we were playing with now it's elevated on there, but Funky Deep on our Discord and stuff. But he's great to play with, and we couldn't lose, man.
We made a good team, the three of us. And we actually ran into Robin's Reality in there too, as she was playing with some other people, and we fought it out with her a little bit. It was a good time. We had a blast.
Taking her down too.
Yeah.
We hate doing that, but it has to happen. There
it was fun. It was fun. Cheers, man. So Rush Reality said super advanced war mode. That's what the Population 1 update is. I'm not about war mode. I don't love war mode, so I don't ever play it. But what's the super? It's just a bigger version of war mode.
It's up to 24. Right? Yeah, instead of 9, it's up to 24 now. So it's a 12-on-12 team, which actually I feel like is a better fit for war mode. I actually didn't think that the 9v9 maybe was as big. Yeah. Didn't really feel like war. It just felt like larger teams. So now I think it's kind of on par with what it should have been.
Robin's Reality said, "You killed me." All capitals.
Oh, geez, she's in here. I'm sorry. Yeah, we didn't.
I think she was. So her team. It was just us. It was the two of us. It was a 2-man team. We didn't have a third on that one. Right, and it was that. And it was her team right at the end. That was the winning battle. I think was just at the end of that round. Was our two teams. So, but yeah, we had a blast. And Funky Deep said had a blast. So looking forward to playing with him again. I still love Pop 1. I still can't get enough. I have been playing a lot of Demeo this week though. I've played it. When I say a lot, I mean that I've played it for long periods of time trying to get through the second book. And I've probably only tried about two, maybe three times this week. Lincoln Clay said, "Tyler, hope your nugget is better today."
Cheers, man. Yeah, actually, today's feeling good. We were actually thinking of playing Pop 1 last night, and I really wanted to. I was like, just stopping myself from playing because I'm like, if I play late and have a migraine and get up and we're back in the same boat, I'm like, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah,
so
we were going to last night after we played. After we played Demeo for a while. So last night, me and Tyler played Demeo last week some when it first came out. And then last night I jumped in with Gaming Science Teacher, Wolvraza, and Fluke. The four of us were going at it. And Gaming Science Teacher, this is her first time jumping into Demeo, and I think she liked it. I think I might have her hooked on it, which is awesome because she's a D&D fan and stuff. And we talked a little bit about that last night. But this new book, and I guess from what I thought it was just the new book that the difficulty went way up. And I guess it's the game as a whole went up with this last update. So even the first book, they upped the difficulty. But man, I got to tell you, it is way, way harder than it was originally, which I think partially is good because I think before it was a little bit too easy to beat sometimes. I mean, you could pretty much beat it every single time.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and so this one is tough. I have not beaten the Rat King yet. I have tried my best, and I guess from what I posted something on Twitter, and some people were making comments about the fact that you really need to use the torch card now,
Right.
which I have not used yet.
get.
I have had it at one point in time, but I haven't had the chance to use it yet. So I think maybe I need to focus on that. I know that's going to light up some areas because now you can get shot from archers and stuff from all over the place, like even in the dark zones that you can't see them. Often we got surrounded by high level enemies that were doing 7 and 8 damage each time they were hitting. I mean, it was rough. It was really rough.
Yeah, that's crazy. I wonder though, are the like new cards and stuff like that, are they only in Rat King?
No, so
like
I've only,
or is it across the board?
So I've only played since the update. I've only played Realm of the Rat King. I haven't went back to the first book because I beat it so many times. So I've only played that. But somebody was saying, I think Chris 9989 was saying earlier in the chat that he got one of the web cards in the first book. So I think the cards and stuff are across both. Cool. Books now, which is kind of cool. So, but I mean, it is difficult. I'm struggling to try to get past this second book, which I'm definitely going to do it, but it is difficult.
I think it's the perfect difficulty though. Like this is what it needed as a second book. If it would have come out just the same as the first and you would have beat it, you'd have just been like kind of lost interest, right? Like, okay,
that's true.
I beat this one again. We'll wait on the next one. I'll try it. But now it's like you want to get back in there, grind it out, beat it, and then the next time you go in again, it's going to be just as hard, even if you do beat it. So
yeah, I mean, it is tough. I mean, we were surrounded so many times by super high level stuff that before this update, I would play and you could usually take some hits and then you go, but I would move one place a couple times in this book and literally get taken down in one move, go from full health to dead within one move. Man. And the sentinels and stuff too. I mean, they were doing like 8 damage, and it's just, I mean, it is tough. So, and we've been kind of strategizing in the Discord a little bit of maybe some things we need to try differently. And I guess the archer and maybe the assassin don't fare as well in this book. So some people are saying run 2 and 2 of the wizard and the, I don't remember the actual name, the wizards in the tank. That's what I call them. I don't remember the actual names, but so yeah, I mean, and people are saying in chat, I know reviews and stuff, people are saying like everybody has noticed that the difficulty has definitely went up, which I think is a good thing.
I love it, though.
This is really tough. Maybe a little bit of balancing issues maybe need to be worked out. I'm not sure, but it is good that it is harder. But I mean, people are saying the real Superman 217 said Rat King is no joke. Wolf Raza said need to be able to upgrade our characters. So I don't know. So Chris 9989 said, I only saw the web ball card in Elvin's Queen book, not the torch or the antidote. So maybe they're not all in there, maybe just sprinkled, or maybe just more rare, or maybe just that one card. I'm not sure. I haven't went back to play the first book. I've played it so many times that the second book is my main focus now. So that's where it's at. And watch chat because there are a lot of codes popping up. Gaming Science Teacher, a lot of App Lab codes and stuff going through there. So keep an eye out for that, which is really awesome. So.
And the links to our giveaways and stuff going on too, and the Discord link too.
Yeah, we have two Gleam giveaways going on right now for Blade and Sorcery and 2MD VR football. So some good games, but yeah, I don't know. I still love this game. It's still an awesome game, and I think that I'm definitely going to be in there some more. Possibly tonight. I don't know. We'll see what everybody's doing, but I really want to beat this Rat King. I've been getting my butt kicked, so I gotta get a morale boost and some wins on the Rat King here. But
I don't know if you're going to get it yet, man. I don't know. It's tough. It is tough.
So I think if you play again, I think what you need to do is like lay down and play and just tilt the table all the way up onto the ceiling, because you can do that. Because if you're having issues with looking down with your neck, that could be part of the issue.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we probably played for 2 hours.
So, we tried to stream it last week, and I was using Airlink. I should have just used the index or something wired. I was using Airlink. Airlink cut out, and it totally messed the stream up, so we just ended up stopping the stream, but we kept playing for a while, and it was we played for a couple hours and still didn't beat it. So we'll see what happens. I do wish that the basement area, like I wish we could get some major upgrades or maybe selectable rooms that you play in. Some different environments and stuff. I like the basement thing. I just wish there was some more customizability in that or some different options. I think that possibly may come as well with some future updates.
I don't even pay attention. I don't.
Yeah, I don't either, except for when I'm waiting for everybody to join. Like sometimes, we're trying to play with some people and we throw the code out there and I'm just sitting in there waiting. Like I just want some different environments to check out. That when I'm deep into the game, I don't pay attention as much. But Susan Cottrell, man, always with that super. And one of our latest Patreons just recently joined. Thank you for that super chat. She said, try a chiropractor or drink more water. Coffee gets rid of my headaches, but not my migraines.
Yeah. I only drink this much coffee on Saturday. I don't drink this much during the week. I probably only have 1 cup throughout the week. And I do drink a lot of water. I have been to chiropractors. And it has actually left me crippled before.
You need a good. I think there's a difference between chiropractor and a good chiropractor. You know what I mean?
It's tough. It really scares me for that to happen again. So I really don't want to go back. I've been to massotherapist, which actually have helped.
What's that?
Where they do more muscular massages over like bones. It's just a little different. But I actually have an injury on like the front side of my spine. So they go through my stomach to get to it. And then I end up black and blue. It's a disaster. Yeah. It's just all not fun. I don't know.
It doesn't sound fun, but
no, that's why I just want to stay in VR. Can we just like pop my head off and just put me in permanent VR or something? Like upload myself.
It may be possible nowadays. Right? It may be possible. But Susan Cottrell and Snackataka are our 2 newest Patreons. So I wanted to give them a shout out and just say thanks because Susan's one of our biggest supporters at this point. I'm pretty sure. I mean, every show really, really appreciated. So really awesome. But
yeah. VR Spry guy said there are good chiropractors and bad chiropractors, just like doctors, and I would agree.
Yeah, I agree. There's a big difference, I think.
Yeah.
Walker Williams said, "Have you guys given Township Tale a shot before it launches on Quest?" I have not. No. I know it is available. You can get it on PC VR version through their Discord. I believe that's the only way you can get it right now is through their Discord. But I have not played it. I am going to go ahead and pre-order the Quest version of the game. I think it looks interesting. For me, I don't always have the time to like grind it out in some of those games, but I am looking forward to that one. I've played. What's that one MMO?
Elysia.
RPG? Not Elysia. The other one. Why can I never think of things while we're on the show? I can never think of a name to say. Anyways, I played some of that. Those aren't usually my go-to games, but I think they're fun, and I think in VR it's a little bit different. I think they're more fun in VR than what I experience on a flat screen or anything like that.
What you're thinking of, right?
No.
Not Elysium.
No. The other one. Somebody will say it in chat. It's the other one. Like there's 2 pretty big ones that are coming out on Quest. And I think really we're going to have to see which one of these wins too. One of these, Zenith. Yeah, Zenith is the one I was thinking of. One of these titles is going to be the one that kind of takes the reins, you know what I mean? And the other ones probably aren't going to survive because I don't think VR is big enough to support a lot of MMOs all at one time, you know what I mean? So we'll see which one comes out on top. And
I was skeptical about Zenith, but their last update that they posted with like the character interactions and stuff, it actually looks like they're making good headway on it.
It was cool. I mean, the world and stuff was cool, but I was in there real early too. So when I was in there wasn't even other people, So I've only played it by myself and played it with one of the developers. So it doesn't compare to, being in there with a whole bunch of people. I know people that played it with, a whole bunch of people in some of the tests and stuff there. Like, it's awesome. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's way better. So I'll definitely give it another shot, but I am going to pick up Township Tale though. That looks really good.
Yeah.
So
Orbis. Oh yeah, Orbis too. Another one. Yeah. What about Neos? I still haven't ventured. I have it. I just don't. I haven't.
So actually, talking about Neos, there's B Haptics and stuff. They are doing a thing tonight in Neos. I forget what time it was. If Alex is still in here, I know he knows and he can give you some info. I might try to jump in that. I don't know if you're going to be around tonight. I know you have some stuff going on, but I am going to try to jump in there tonight. I have actually never been in Neos. I've had it on my PC, so I got to figure out how to get my avatar and stuff in there. So I'm going to try to do that tonight. So maybe we'll see some people in there tonight. That should be a good time. I think that should be pretty fun. So
yeah, I think it would be interesting. I feel like from what I've seen, it just doesn't look like they have a whole ton of like content or stuff in there yet, but they may by now.
Yeah, I think they've added quite a bit actually. I think they have quite a bit of stuff now. But you can actually win a B Haptics if you find all the hidden things through that tonight. So I don't know that I'll be able to do that, but definitely going to check it out.
I feel like it's very much into like the customization more than it is into like the world. And I guess for me, I don't get all that excited like the VR chat customization and all that stuff. I can give or take some of that, but yeah. Is Neos free?
Yeah.
Neos is free. I think you can't get it from Steam directly though. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, it's on Steam and it's free.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, Alex VR said at 1 p.m. Pacific today, so on I think 4 o'clock my time. Incredible custom island full of haptic interaction. So if you have B haptics too, that's another. I don't have one still yet, but another reason to jump in. But I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna hopefully get in there tonight if I don't forget. A lot of times I just forget I'm doing something else. But this past week saw the launch of the greatest Quest game that has ever hit the Quest store.
Here we go.
Right?
What is it?
Tarzan VR.
Well, maybe.
Gaming science teacher just bought us 6 coffees. Keep the coffee and the good times flowing. Thank you for that. That is awesome.
Seriously,
really appreciate that. That is so cool. So thank you for that. We love to buy me a coffee. That is awesome. But yeah, Tarzan. Okay, so maybe it's not the greatest title ever launched on the Quest. I played it some, and here's the thing. It came out on PCVR version last year or something like that. It came out for PCVR as 3 separate books. On Quest, it came out as one book, or all 3 books in one. So you get all 3 chapters pretty much in one download on the Quest. But it's like $24, I think, on the Quest or something like that. And it's not, I didn't love the version of the PCVR version. I thought it's definitely better than the Quest version, but even that, it wasn't super impressive to me. They did some cool things. There was some things I thought was kind of interesting. The art style was cool, but the Quest version is just not all that great. It doesn't look all that great. It doesn't look terrible, but it definitely doesn't look obviously on par with PCVR version. But
I think it would be a good game if you're into Tarzan, if you're into comic books, if you're into kids, simplistic stuff. Yes, it is. But as a game with real gameplay and bury yourself in,
I can't get into it that much. I couldn't get into the PCVR version that much, especially not the Quest version. They just do a lot of. The interactions and physics and stuff is just really, really bad, to be honest. And even the fighting. So when I first started out, you go through the world a little bit and you get into hand-to-hand combat. You don't have any weapons or anything. The hand-to-hand combat is so bad. It's just not good. You can swing on these guys and even though you're connecting, you actually only connect maybe 1 punch out of 4, and it does not feel good. The combat is not rewarding. They contact you every punch they throw. It's just it's just not balanced very well. The swinging, and I had the same complaint on the PCVR version. There's vines that hang, and you just reach out and grab it, and you grab it. Even though you're not close to it, and it just doesn't flow. It doesn't have a good flow. I think of other games that use swinging mechanics, and those mechanics just feel very satisfying as you're making connections and swinging through the world. This one does not give you that feeling at all. It just feels weird when you're swinging. It doesn't feel rewarding. It doesn't feel good. It's a pretty rough go at it. And if you look at the reviews, I was looking at Oculus reviews, and this has got some of the roughest reviews that I have seen for a Quest title. I think it's rated right now a 2 point something, and over 50% is 1-star. 1-star reviews. So it's oh man, that's pretty rough. So, and
at that pricing too,
$24.99.
That's a little up there for being, not a great game. So I don't know. And I understand it. If you look at it as episodic, or, Star Wars was what, $10 each one, I think, or were they 15 for the first? I forget what it was, but okay. It adds
10, wasn't it? I can't remember.
10, yeah. I think the total for all 3 would have been 30. So it's under that being 3 chapters, but I don't think anybody cares that it was chapters. I don't know.
I don't know. So Paradise Decay, I know he really likes the PC version. He said PC version of Tarzan is great. Quest 2 version is terrible. I don't even know that the PC VR version is great. It was definitely better. It wasn't a game that I was man, I can't wait to play this game again. It just... Right. They did a lot. The physics and stuff just never felt that good to me. Even this, look, I'm not even close to, and you can't tell as much here, but I'm not even close to those ropes. Those ropes are 50 feet away, and I just grab, and you're floating, and there's no connection. You're a fluidity of just swinging and grabbing. It just does not feel rewarding.
No, and it stutters and stops and stuff.
Yeah. So looking at some of these reviews on here, mostly 1-star reviews that I'm reading, Karma Mole says, "Don't waste your money or your time. Possibly one of the worst releases on the Oculus Store. Can't imagine how this got here when better things linger in App Lab limbo. Sure, Tarzan name carries weight, but this game is an utter disappointment. Can't believe it's being released at full price."
I don't know.
So, I mean,
Agreed.
and they go on
Yep.
and on. Arthur Knox, question: how far
Cheers.
are we from Oasis Quest-like puzzle layouts? You talking about?
Like open world puzzles, like with multiple people and stuff, would be my
You talking
assumption.
about like the movie, like Ready Player One movie, like those kind of
That's what I'm
quest
assuming.
puzzles after the keys and stuff? I mean, I don't know. I think that's going to come possibly in something like Neos, and I think a big open world with multiple worlds that you're searching through, that's going to be something that's going to see that kind of stuff first. But I think we're a ways away from seeing the quality of like what you see in Ready Player
Sure.
One, that kind of a quest.
Like full open. What's that one company that was working on? What was that? Remember we showed it on here where they showed all those different like planets and environments and stuff? Man,
I
that
know
was
what
a
you're
while
talking
ago
about,
now.
but yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it's called, but
I know. But that, I mean, that's their idea, is something like that. But to get that and to have it on Quest, I don't think is possible running on the headset itself. I don't think we're going to see that. I don't know if we could even see that on a total mobile platform. I think we need like cloud like gaming at that point. I just don't feel like, I don't know. I'd love to be proved wrong, but
yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's gonna happen someday. I think
Oh,
we're a
yeah,
ways
yeah,
out.
for sure.
We're a ways out
Yeah.
to that quality,
Yep.
but I think it can be done now on a much smaller scale,
Right.
in something like Neos or VR Chat or
Sure.
something like that. But
Sure.
yeah,
Yep.
so I don't
Yeah.
know. So so Chris 9989 said the only way for Tarzan to review lower is if they add ads. The only way to get lower
Well,
reviews. Is if
so
they
that
add
was
ads.
my other point. Did you see all the kind of like backlash that they were like Facebook couldn't believe that, that everyone bucked the ads that bad and stuff, and it was kind of their fault on the release of it and stuff. And
Right. Yeah, I even
how
watched
did-
a thing with Boz yesterday on Instagram saying about ads, and he's like, I mean, they were basically sticking up for it, saying everything you buy has ads. You're on a phone, but it has ads. But that's not really true. I mean, I can buy a phone and I can use the phone and not ever see an ad unless I
Correct.
go to YouTube or I go to a website. You know what I mean? Like the phone itself doesn't inherently have ads.
Well,
It's the things you do on the phone, which I can see his point. The things you do on the Quest are going to have ads potentially, going down the road. But and it sounds like they are going to keep it in the hands of developers, which I think that's going to be a good thing. But
Sure it is.
I don't know. I mean, they're an ad company, so I guess we shouldn't be surprised. But they seem to have
right.
been shocked about the backlash over ads, which I don't know how they didn't see that coming. I mean, come on,
Right,
nobody wants
exactly.
that,
It was poorly implemented. There was no
Poorly
talk about it
announced,
before.
yeah,
It
poor
was exactly.
details,
Right.
everything. Yeah.
Yep, it was just like, what was it, when Xbox tried to say they were going to go with a fully networked console and stuff and no disc anymore, and everyone bucked it. Well, they sure as heck got rid of it. Well, now
Yeah.
we're back to it again, but it's because people had to succumb to it and be okay with it and know it was coming. You
Yeah.
don't just drop it on somebody.
Yeah,
It
and
just
like
doesn't
Alex
work.
VR said, you won't hate them as much as you think, says Boz. He set himself up for that backlash. So
Yeah, and Funky Deep makes my biggest point of the whole thing. We talked about this before. Is I pay for apps
Right.
on my phone so I don't get ads.
Right.
When you buy something, you should not have ads inside of it.
especially a game
So-
that you already paid for and already bought and didn't have ads, and now they want to add ads into it after you bought it. That's just crazy.
Except James was posting pictures from like, I forget what that was on.
MotoGP
wasn't
or something like that.
64,
Yeah, old game.
where it had like ads in it for like
I
Nestle,
do think
Butterfinger,
racing games are
candy
different
stuff.
though, because even racing games we play in VR now you're gonna see ads in them. You're gonna see boards on the wall. So I mean, some things are inherently different.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
They're just the way they
true,
work.
true.
Arthur
All right.
Knox again said, "What
Cheers,
if they
man.
connect all MMOs like a massive crossover, like in DC and Marvel comics, or better yet, a DC and Marvel MMO IP?" So
I think that would be amazing. I just don't think it's going to happen because a lot of those like Marvel and those bigger companies, they play it safe. I feel like when it comes to those games, because they want that like Disney or Universal experience. They want you to go in and experience it tailored for what they want you to see.
yeah.
They don't want you to like free range, I feel like.
Yeah, I don't see them all teaming up for sure, but it would be cool if
Honestly, if I could pick anyone in the world, it would be Star Wars. If we could have a real MMO inside of something like that, it would be
that could be
I think
huge, yeah.
epic. I think it could be epic just because of the diversity with vehicles and weapons and flying,
Yeah.
exploring, everything. That to me would be probably the best.
Yeah, I love Robin's reality. She said, and the fact that he said the backlash was too much. Like, excuse me, but you don't get to tell people how they feel.
Exactly.
I
That's
mean,
people's
solid point.
opinions. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I love
100%.
that. Yeah, that's awesome.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Paul P. Jr. said, "How's the game from Other Sons?" Right?
Awesome.
You like the shirt? Oh, so
Awesome.
good, man. One of the best games. If you have friends with a PC headset that want to play something together, I highly
Yeah.
invest doing it.
The
It
bad
is
thing
great.
is the game is still $40 and it's an older game. We were looking at it this morning
is.
and talking about it. And I wish they would lower the price on that. I think
agree.
because I mean it's an awesome game that nobody really talks about. I mean we've talked about it a couple times now, but we played through the whole game together, just the two of us, multiplayer, the full game. It was awesome.
If that game was $10, I don't know why anybody wouldn't pick it
Yeah.
up. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Drop it to $10. Everyone would buy it. It's an incredible game. You can play what, 4 players?
I think 4,
Three?
yeah.
Three?
Yeah,
Is
4.
it 3 or 4?
I think 4.
I thought it was odd. I thought it was like
I think it was
3.
4.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an awesome game.
So
Highly
good, man.
recommend it. If
So
you got
good.
PC VR and you got people to play with, such an awesome game.
I love the guns, dual wielding. Like it's so much fun.
Yeah,
It's great.
it's complicated too. I mean, there's a lot of different things you have to do and worry about throughout the game that you have to repair and go back to, and it's awesome. We should play that
The
again.
maps on your wrist and stuff, remember? And it shows like the ship layout and stuff.
And they were like 3D, like hologram maps too, if I remember right.
great,
We haven't
man.
played it in a while,
It's so
but man,
good.
we need to go back. It's an awesome
We do.
game. So another thing I did play this week was the 2MD football update, which 2MD goes back a while. 2MD football has been around for a long time. And it is, I mean, the best football game you have in VR, as far as I know. There's really no competitor, you know, as far as VR. And they've constantly been updating this game and improving this game. We talked to them at PAX back in early 2020. And this new update is massive. So they said that the game originally launched at 300 megabytes. And after this launch, the game's size is 1.4 gigs. So it
I
has
couldn't
went up.
believe that originally, dude. Like to have an actual game playable at 300 megabytes.
Yeah.
Was crazy.
So I mean, before it was a pretty basic game, but now it is getting more and more complicated. You know, you have full character models, you have different classes instead of just the tackle dummies that you can play with. The stadiums are awesome. There's weather stuff that happens. I mean, he sent me the list of the update, and there's actually all kinds of stuff in there. So let's see here. Customizable controls, throwing style, featuring 6 unique leagues and body types. So the 6 leagues now are the tackle dummies, robots, bruisers, Amazons, pro, and then a special bonus type, which the special bonus type will actually change without, I mean, there's different hazards in the field and all this stuff will change periodically. Right now, when I went in there, it's kind of like a beach scene. So you're playing football with guys in like bathing suits. Yeah. And there's like beach umbrellas on the field and stuff that you have to watch out for. That's pretty cool. And that stuff changes. So it says seasonal updates for that.
It's crazy to see how far this game has come since the original, you know, the flat stadium and stuff. I mean, just now to look at it, it looks like a real football. I mean, not real, but real.
I mean, it's getting there. It's getting there because now you can actually, part of the update is also the ball carrier. So there's a manual receiver mode where you're the quarterback, you pick your play and then you snap the ball or run it, whatever you want to do. But once a receiver catches that ball, it like pauses for a second and you take part in that receiver. So you take over that receiver and you can run the ball. You can stiff arm people and all that stuff. The stiff arm, I didn't quite get down perfectly yet. I'm still trying to practice that stiff arm to get everything right to take them out, because a lot of times I still get tackled. But obviously you can't just be immune and just stiff arm everybody and never get tackled. But it's really awesome. They got so they have 12 immersive stadiums now filled with thousands of screaming fans. You can see the weather and stuff up top, the different changes, different things happen in some of these. New 360 locker room experience with detailed player stats.
Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. New soundtracks, upgraded graphics. I mean, just all, and there's like a bunch of new leaderboards too. 5 new worldwide leaderboards. So I mean, don't look at my score because I'm like way down there. I'm not very good at football, but the game itself is fun.
This is what sells game, like the constant remodeling of a game and pushing it farther, adding features. It keeps selling games.
And this is free update.
Not all. A lot of developers want to move on to a new game and think, oh, get something new out, get sales on that, and go to the next thing. But it's proven that this game, like, who wouldn't look into a football game, buying a Quest, go out and buy this game? There's no reason to not.
I mean, Beanzo79 says greatest game on Quest, 2MD football.
Yep. See, exactly.
Yeah, Alex VR said, looks like 2MD has come a long way. Wolf Raza said, I love 2MD. He said that you can throw your arm out, though. And I've actually had a sore arm after, because you don't realize how long you're playing this sometimes. You're playing for a little while, and like, holy crap, my arm is sore after throwing that ball so many times. Yeah, but it's a lot of fun. And I mean, this is an awesome update. So if you don't have the game, you can pick it up. We're giving away a couple codes. Code number 2 right here. We also have a Gleam giveaway for one of these codes as well. And some people have probably had this game for a long time and haven't played it. So I definitely recommend going back in if you haven't played this game and seeing the new update, because it is like a whole new game. So especially if you're it says, hey, that was a different. He said Stangerism with a whopping score of 95, but that was the thing, a different level. So the one level I didn't play all the way through. I was just kind of check them out. I think I got like a 600 or 800 or something on one. So okay, it's not terrible, but I haven't played it in a long time. And when I first started playing, I was like, man, I'm terrible. But then I started to get the throws down and stuff where I was connecting, and it felt good. But I'm still not very good. Don't expect me to be high up on the leaderboards for sure, for sure. But yeah, and if you want to change anything in the game, everything on the board when you go in is changeable. Somebody asked a question from an old video that we did, how do you change your team? Mostly it's all done by sliders. So that's team on the top slider, you move that around. You can move to the different kind of people that you're playing against, the bruisers or whatever it is, the tackle dummies. It's all slider stuff on that board. So mainly all the menu settings are through that board on the front.
So good, man.
Yeah, awesome game. So make sure you sign up for the Gleam giveaway too.
And think about how old it was and what it looked like when it first came out. And it was great when it first came out.
Yeah, I mean, it's always been an awesome game.
Were all there. It all worked perfect.
Yeah. In this game, sometimes I feel like throwing games can be very difficult, and it never feels like what you want the thing to do in VR is actually doing. In this game, with a little bit of practice, not right at first, but with a little bit of practice, it feels like you can throw that ball exactly where you want it to go every time, because after you score a touchdown, you go to like the high score thing where you got all the targets and you just chucking balls at them as fast as you can. And that, like, I feel like I can hit those on target like every time. It's very rewarding feeling. So
oh man,
what happened?
Just reading chat. Just great. VR Sprite guy said people outside the U.S. play different football. That's my speed. I would agree.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, football, right?
Alex said Mortal Kombat code. All the options. Press menu A B C C C B B A A A. With 3. I'm an up down left right hold the A start kind of guy, but teach his own. And James said he got it, so which is awesome. So
awesome, that's cool. Yeah, let me know, James, what you think. Fabster said, would the Vive Port 2MD version have all these updates? That I'm not sure about. I know right now a lot of their focus is on the Quest version. I don't know about the Vive Port version. I'm not sure. You can ask on Twitter. Truant Pixel is their name on Twitter. I'm sure you could ask them there. They're usually very responsive and they get you an answer. But yeah, it's definitely an awesome game. I recommend checking out if you haven't, and sign up for the Gleam giveaway if you didn't win either one of those codes.
Agreed.
And that just came out. This update just came out last week, so I was just playing this past week. So
I can't stop looking. I can't stop watching the video.
It's so cool.
So crazy to me.
Yeah, one of the things I'm really excited about is the update for Microsoft Flight Simulator. So not the Nordic Worlds update. This is the Nordic Worlds update, which adds. So this adds data for airports in Denmark, Sweden, Norway, Finland, and Iceland, which is awesome. But the thing that I'm most excited about is on July 27th, it is supposed to be getting a massive bump for VR players. And this is the biggest complaint about this game in VR, is that it's hard to run. It doesn't always run smooth. So
they're talking doubling pixels too, right? I mean basically.
Yeah. So
they need it too. I mean, mine's only probably running at 25 or whatever frames.
Yeah, it was not. It was definitely never great. But so this is supposed to happen on July 27th. So this is update 5, which includes some major performance benefits across the board, including VR. So this is what the CEO said. They were talking about PC specs. He said, performance improvements on a PC with an Intel i7 9700 and an RTX 2060 Super which playing
is basically like what we have.
Yeah, with playing in 4K on ultra settings at 40% render scale. Which shows the most recent update nearly doubles the frame rate from 30 to almost 60 frames per second. So that's big.
But like watching these videos, it's like holding candy in front of a baby, because it's like, look how beautiful, no pun intended, but look how beautiful this is, but you can't have it in VR. It's like, oh, come on. Like, it's just so not fair, man.
We're getting closer though. We're getting closer to having this in VR, and especially with the Y'all 2 coming in, I want this game.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah,
it's
for
just
sure.
in time for that too.
For sure. Rizzle Rock said 10K subs equals blank's beard. You fill in the blank. What? Whose name is that there? 10K subs equals somebody's beard. Who's that?
Sean's beard?
No, I already got mine's coming off, man. I was about to shave it on the show, but I forgot the trimmers. Arthur Knox said, I personally believe that cloud gaming is unstoppable, and I believe Xbox and Oculus is definitely happening because of what Xbox is up to in streaming.
Yeah.
Funny you mentioned that because one of the things we were going to talk a little bit about today, and I don't know how much I want to talk about this because we've wanted VR on Xbox forever. I mean, that's originally what we thought was going to happen. CV1 shipped with an Xbox controller. They had a good relationship. We're like, this is happening. We didn't even buy a
ports
PC.
That could work through a console. I mean, all of it.
We didn't even buy a PC right away because we were waiting for that announcement for Xbox on PC. So this has taken way longer than what we thought. And we still don't even know for sure if it is coming. But the one guy behind the VR mods, basically, so you're talking Alien Isolation Mother mod, which is people love it. And then also he was working on Halo ports for VR. You know, we talked about that a long time ago on the show. We saw him holding the energy sword, and showing it in VR and stuff like that. So he's very good at making these ports, and he has actually been picked up by so is he by Microsoft? He joins Microsoft's 343 Industries. So speculation is that they picked him up to work on some VR titles, Xbox titles coming to VR. There's no legitimacy, no for sure thing around that right now. It's just speculation. And
even if not, do you think it could just be for WMR itself, like trying to get their controls, tracking, all that stuff working and implemented?
Yeah. I mean, he's so good at what he does. I can't imagine that they're not getting him for some kind of VR related thing. So I don't know. I mean, I have to imagine. I mean, Sony is going to come out with PSVR 2, and they are going to set the VR world on fire, I think. I mean, they're going to be the talk of everything, and Xbox is just going to be sitting off on the side like, maybe we should have done VR. You know what I mean? If they don't do something, like they got to do something. I mean, VR is, yes, it's still in its infancy, I guess. And yes, it's still not nowhere near as big as flat gaming, but everything starts somewhere, and it's had a rocky start, but man, look where it's starting to go. And some of these things that we're seeing. And, I mean, it's just,
I'm fearful that I'm not fearful it's too late, because I think Xbox, when they release something, it's dialed in, right? Like it comes out and it's not like, how do I put this? I don't know. It's not like PlayStation VR coming out, because I felt like that was the original was like a half iteration of what VR should be.
They used old tech and stuff they had laying around.
The wands and like the move and all that. But Xbox always said they would do it when it was ready. So are we at that point now that it's where they saw it to be to come out? And maybe we are. I think we are. I mean, with inside out tracking and stuff, they don't need all these cameras. Which they like to be all inclusive into one, because they had Kinect, right? And that had the tracking cameras, the infrared and all that stuff. But they don't probably want the multiple cameras set up and the hassle of it, because people can't figure that out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I mean,
now that we have inside out tracking, I feel like it's easy for them, implemented one headset, whether it be wired or wireless. I feel like it needs to be wireless, because it doesn't limit you in your space, because a lot of people have coffee tables and couches, so you could walk 10 feet away into another room and play it,
Yeah, and I mean, they could just be sitting back silently. They've been working on all this stuff for a long time, and nobody knows about it. Nobody's talked about it, and at a strategic time, it could get announced, and that's going to set the world on fire. Everybody's going to be talking about it. You know what I mean?
But
so it could be strategy.
If they are working on it in the back burner, right, wouldn't they be using that tracking and all their algorithms and everything for WMR in the background? So if so, does WMR reflect what they have for tracking, which would scare the crap out of me, basically?
Yeah, I hope not.
Their tracking's okay, but I think it's the rest of it that I don't like. But
yeah, I still think tracking can greatly improve on Windows Mixed Reality. I think the main issue, and we've said this for a long time, is the camera placement and the predictive algorithms that predict where your hands go when it can't see them. That's the biggest complaint that I have. And I haven't,
I agree.
I mean, maybe they're still working on improving that. I don't know, but I still think there's room for improvement. And the headset itself is awesome. The visuals are awesome. I mean, as far as the Reverb G2, it's an awesome headset as far as the headset. It's just, I mean, we get into controller tracking. That's where I start to complain. But
if Xbox dropped, Forza Horizon, Halo in VR, like just drop a couple large names with VR support, done. People were saying like they can't keep up with libraries and stuff like that and the amount of games and stuff. They only need a couple solid ones, and the majority they have financial backing in that they could drop in. So I feel like
playing Forza Horizon nonstop if that was
I'll be playing Forza Horizon in my yaw even. I don't care, man. I still
want it in VR though. Come on, man.
I know. No, I agree. Yeah,
so good.
For sure.
It's
so beautiful.
Good.
Yeah, I know.
Anyways, hopefully it happens. I don't know. What was that game we played a long time ago on Oculus? The boxing fighting game?
Path of the Warrior.
Path of the Warrior. So this is a new game coming out here, and I believe this is only on Steam. Am I correct in that assumption? I can't remember. Well, it says PC VR, Quest,
good.
and
I was going to
PSVR.
ask you. I wanted you to bring this in. Okay, good. I was going to ask you, but I'm like, I don't want to try and do it live on the show if you didn't get it. But yes, this does remind me a little bit of that.
With mixed in with some other things too, though.
But yeah, I mean, like the graffiti game too, because you have some of that in here. But it's open
little bit
world.
Of GTA too. A little bit of GTA.
Sure. I'll give you that. I don't know, man. This looks really interesting to me. Like, I'm totally in for this because you have like the scavenging. You have the little stuff, in the game, like not mini games. Oh, did you see the part in the alley where they're throwing stuff at you?
Oh no, I didn't notice that. Was that?
It's so good because it's like a beat game. So you have to like knock them down. Watch, you'll see it here, and they're like throwing items at you, and it's like a mini game inside of it. Super cool though, the customization there with like the hands and stuff. I think this looks amazing. Like, look at that, like chasing people down on bikes and stuff.
I think it. Come
on, man.
I hope it's awesome. Oh, right here,
look, right there.
I hope it's awesome, but watching the trailer makes it look a little bit rough to me. Like it may be. Hopefully, this is still early stuff, but it has potential. I think it could be an awesome, fun game. Is there any mention of multiplayer? I'm not sure about that because it needs multiplayer, and they also need to get the hand-to-hand combat down because if this is one of the main focus of the game is punches, you got to have like some thrill of the fight style punching going on. That reward, not Tarzan style punching. You know what I mean?
I want some like rollerblades, like some jet set radio like style. Like that's kind of what it reminds me of too a little bit with the graffiti and the map and stuff.
So I don't
know, man. I think this looks great.
Let me read what they wrote about it. So they said, get ready for a truly immersive experience of surviving on the city streets to prove yourself as the toughest and meanest, fight, make money, and become the king of the streets and down and out. The game will transport you to a seedy underbelly of the big city. Play as a ruthless street fighter with no place to call home as you build both your wealth and reputation by punching your way through the opposition. Although you may start with nothing, face up to the challenges that the city throws at you and end up the richest, not to mention the most badass person in the city. So, sounds pretty cool. Did it bleep me?
Stop cussing.
Did it? How'd it do that? It just bleeped me when I said that. Huh.
Bots, man.
Yeah. We got them trained well.
Bots are stealing codes. Now they're beeping you out.
Yeah, probably. So yeah, I don't know. I think the physics in this game. I saw somebody, Brand VR mentioned the physics. The physics need to be on point. They need to focus. No, it's got to be good. Those punches. If it's mainly a punching game, those punches have to feel rewarding. Give me throw the fight style punches. I'm sorry, I'm on a tangent because I was playing Tarzan and I was punching in there and I was like, this is the worst punching I've ever seen in my life. So Thrill of the Fight does it right. Play the crap out of that game. Build your game like that if you're gonna have punching.
I think like if this has some really good music and stuff in it too, or like what if you found like a Walkman you could put on headphones and then like cue the music? Oh, it'd be so dope.
But first you have to punch the dude that's wearing the Walkman and the headphones and then take it off of him and put it on.
Steal it from him?
Yeah.
Oh, this could get great.
I don't know. I mean, this does remind me of GTA to an extent though. Open world and you're just walking around punching random people. I mean, that's what you do in GTA half the time.
You were like, when I said it to you, you're like picking it apart. I'm like, dude, this looks like a blast. Like I could definitely hot dog. There's a hot dog cart.
Yeah,
come on, man.
I mean, it does look. In theory, this looks like an amazing game. It's just they got to pull it off. They got to pull it off. So that's the hard thing. I've seen so many trailers, especially in VR, where I see the trailer and I'm like, oh man, I can't wait for this. I play the game and I'm like, holy crap, what happened?
Dude, Frank giving out codes, man. Walking Dead.
Everybody's giving out codes today. I mean, this is, I guess, why you should watch the show live, because there are so many codes going on live. It's ridiculous.
You guys are nuts, man. You guys are awesome, man. You guys are great.
Spry Guy said, "Wow, it really is raining keys."
Right, get your umbrellas out.
I mean, gaming science teacher's been making it rain. I think Fluke gave out one early. Frank giving one. I don't even know who else is giving. I'm sure some other people too. So that's really cool. Awesome.
Somebody said, what the hook me up? What the are all the plus zeros over the screen? It's probably a point system that's not. Oh, the pluses and zeros. It's probably a filter for the video or something.
Yeah, I think so. I can't imagine those are going to be in the game. At least I hope not. But
I think this looks great, man. I'm down.
Yeah.
And out.
Yeah. I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
Stop it. Okay.
The other one that looks pretty good is Arcsmith. That's a upcoming game, because I feel like we've been kind of lack on these big titles coming out. What happened?
Blizz said it's for Gun Club.
Oh.
Not Saints and Sinners, maybe.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Awesome game, though.
Yeah.
Great game.
Awesome game. But yeah, so this is Arcsmith. That's another upcoming title. This is another one that's coming to the Quest and maybe some other headsets as well. I always see Quest because everybody always asks, is it coming to Quest? But so this is a new Quest title. So it doesn't look like it's coming to any other platforms, at least not right off the bat, just Quest. Yeah. Whoops, I just hit a button.
Stop it.
But I mean, this one looks pretty good. I mean, this one is interesting. A puzzle game. Everybody loves the puzzle games except for me, because I can never figure them out. But
I love puzzle games, man.
Yeah, no, they are good. So Arcsmith tasks you with building increasingly complex machines during an interstellar conflict and getting to know an alien at the same time. Take on the role of titular, the apprentice Arcsmith, and artisan of all things antimatter. So
antimatter. So you're building machines to collect antimatter?
I guess. I don't really know. I mean, obviously we haven't played this one yet, but I don't know. I mean, the character stuff and the the environment stuff looks really good. I mean, that's all, without playing it, it's not a whole lot to base it.
And challenging, I'm all for any puzzle game that, isn't like just putting puzzle pieces together and super easy. So
what's the puzzle game you missed? That one is so hard. I still think that one is so hard.
Honestly, another one that I freaking love that nobody ever talks about is, if I can think of it, Abduction. It's a great game. Great PC game. Highly recommend that one too. I love that game. The map's awesome. The environment and stuff looks good. Great game. Yep. What about, did you pull in the other one I sent you? The RC game?
Yeah.
I'm a big RC fan.
Yeah, this one comes out July 29th. Just throwing that out there. I'm sure we'll have more to say on this once it comes out and we play it. Hopefully it does not get reviews like Tarzan. Hopefully this one is going to be a winner. Right. It looks like it could be a winner. We'll see. You want to see RC? I think I got that. Maybe I didn't.
8 minutes, Sean.
Huh?
You got 8 minutes, man.
Tyler's trying to play after the show and he's got somewhere to be, and you guys having people over or something, right?
No, we're going to a pool party.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep.
Nice. I'm going to have my own pool party. Red Matter. Yeah, Red Matter's a good one. Beans079.
Red Matter's
I do like Red Matter. Red Matter's a good one. So you're talking about this. RC Rush. You sent me this earlier. I hadn't seen this. Yes. You're going to have to fill me in on this because I know you're the RC guy. Give me the breakdown.
It's on Steam. It's an RC game. You can play it flat or in VR. I'm just down for any actual RC game. Like the RC mechanics in this look legit. So the suspension, a lot of them that we've seen have just been you have a remote, you drive a car around and that's it. But this with the suspension and stuff on the trucks and everything, oh man, it looks good.
Yeah.
And all the environments, I think there's 30 maps, it probably said there. I'm not sure, but I think it looks incredible.
30 tracks, over 30 tracks. Yeah.
It reminds me of true 4x4 off-road, where it jumps over the tracks and stuff. Remember the old school arcade game where you'd have 3 people standing there with the wheels? It kind of reminds me of that for some reason. And I don't know if it, because of those vibes, is why I like it. But I definitely want to play this. It's not out yet. You'll have to wish list it.
It says 2021. It says planned release date 2021. So I don't know when this year, but I mean, look, watching the trailer, it looks pretty fun. I don't know.
Yep.
I think you're more excited and get more into these kind of games than I do, but it looks like it could have some potential. So
Arthur Knox, RC planes and cars. Cheers, man.
Again, saying, okay, take this how you will, but I've chatting up a guy who is an Xbox early development tester who has to sign the AD. So I think he means the NDA, but he said it's almost a toggle. So talking about VR for Xbox?
So they could implement it. They have
Toggle?
it to the point where it's like a toggle, maybe, like
I
to
don't know.
turn it on.
I don't know.
That would be close, man.
I don't know. Well, I guess we'll
That
find
would
out.
be,
Hopefully soon. We'll tell
yeah,
that
let us know.
inside guy that just to message us and tell us all about it,
Yeah, DM us.
and we
Let
won't
us
we won't give his identity out to the world. We promise.
Nope.
Kid Collector,
Cheers,
Kid
man.
Collector Comics. Yo, morning, y'all. What's going on,
Oh,
man?
he would like Tarzan, man. He's a serious comic guy.
Yeah,
He's
he is a
got some
comic
dope
guy.
comics. But yeah, Tarzan, man. That's straight comic book right there. I
Yeah.
mean, it's even got comics in what
The
looks like a comic book
best thing
game.
about Tarzan was the opening intro, going into the game,
Mm,
pulling you through that stuff coming at you,
sure.
going through those comic pages.
The
That was the best thing
pages.
about the whole
Yeah.
game, and then the rest was a
Yep.
disappointment. It was like an epic intro with an epic failure after that. But yeah,
Right. Ooh, Arthur with the super chat, man. Again, you're amazing. Switch for VR. So toggle switch for VR.
or does he mean
But
like a Nintendo Switch?
no. Oh, no. Like a switch in
Season.
the development, like inside of development, I would assume.
Yeah, because he said
Can I have
toggle
a guy?
before. But yeah, the legal reference.
Yeah.
I think he meant NDA. That's no big deal.
Yeah.
You should see
But
my autocorrect sometimes. It's
but
atrocious.
dude, how long ago we said it would give it to us, X? Like, come on,
Yeah,
man.
seriously.
Like, what are you doing? Like, we could have literally plugged a Rift into a freaking Xbox console with the HDMI port and USB. Like, it was all
Yeah, it would've
like,
worked.
could have been possible then, right? I mean, it had all those ports, but
Yep.
no.
Doubt.
Don't
Walker
do it.
Williams said Abduction is on sale on Steam, by the way, $9. So that's a good
Great
deal.
pickup. Highly
Have you played
recommend if
Mini
you like
Moto
that.
Racing? Paul P. Jr. said Mini
No.
Moto Racing X is on sale for $5. I haven't played that either. How does that compare to something that like that RC Rush trailer? I
Right.
haven't played that. I wonder if that's something similar. Maybe you might get
I haven't played that one.
some enjoyment out of that one.
Yeah.
But
Xbox VR would make good use of my Series X for sure. Yeah, I never bought a new Xbox because I have no reason to.
yeah, true that.
None. It's crazy.
All right, let's roll through a couple other things we got real quick. I wanted to mention Gorilla Tag because I don't understand it, and I'm still waiting for somebody to fully explain this to me, the success of this. But Gorilla Tag reaches 675,000 unique players 4.5 months since the game's launch, the most growth on Quest. I mean, who would have thought that? Like, this is like the most basic free game that's not even on the store. It's on App Lab, Side Quest, Steam, I think. But it's like the biggest thing. I mean, people are still playing this like crazy. I tried it and I was like, this doesn't even make sense to me. But I think
I do get it because it's fun to run from people and like do all that and chase people. I mean,
do you think it would
I'd
be?
rather have a gun, I guess.
Yeah.
But
But I mean, do you think this would be as big as it is if it wasn't free? I mean, this kind of game maybe is the platform for advertising. I mean, this guy's, 675,000 unique players on a free game. He's not really making money on
Right.
this. He's obviously put work into it, but
right.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, at this point, why isn't this game on the Quest store? I mean, obviously, this game is a massive success, even though it's not
Right.
the prettiest game. It's not the most
Things don't have to
intricate.
be-
Yeah,
to
I
be
mean, it
fun.
is.
Yeah.
It shows its massive potential on the amount of
Right.
downloads and plays. Like, why hasn't Oculus put this on the main store?
Because Oculus doesn't want their name on something that people watch back just like this and think, oh, it doesn't look great. Like the textures aren't great. The this and that's not great. They don't look at just gameplay. They want everything. They
Yeah.
want, the whole kit and caboodle. They want it all.
But
So,
I mean, it's popular and people are playing this game like crazy. Like, I think put it on there, put it on the Quest store, put it on the front page. I mean, even if the developer could charge 99 cents for this thing, charge 99
Right.
cents, put it on the front page of the Oculus store. I
right,
mean, people
know.
want to play it. Let them put it on the store. I mean, obviously, it's a success. So, I mean, I don't like VR Spry Guy. I don't get it. I think you can play Gorilla Tag flat also. So that I don't know how that would intertwine.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of crazy. I definitely don't see the appeal on flat. I see the appeal in VR at least a little bit more. But yeah, I don't know.
Garage Collective in chat says, I don't see a toggle or switch. And it's really hard to push that for frames because you're rendering it twice, which is exactly right. So especially for any, current games, there would never, I don't think, be a toggle because, yeah, for that reason, they're already maxing out, the console in itself usually.
Well, I mean, unless you're talking about the guy that went over to 343 that's ported these games into VR. You know, if he's able to work some magic and some kind of a toggle where it switches between the port of the game and the flat version of the game, I mean, I don't know, but I mean, these games I think are possible to run in VR. You know, the Xbox, the new Xbox is pretty powerful. I mean, it's obviously going to have to be reworked some to be able to get that kind of performance out. I mean, you can't just take a direct port. You know, you can't just take that flat game and make it VR. It's definitely not going to run. It's definitely going to need some rework done for sure. But
or ported from VR to Xbox, I could see that because it's already made.
Yeah, it's already optimized. Yeah. Right. So I don't know. I mean, I'm still interested in what Xbox is up to. I still have somewhat hope, but I think I probably need to give up on my hope. I don't know. Walker Williams said, Gorilla Tag is a great workout. That's all I get out of it. I mean, I don't know. Is this just all kids? Because everybody that I know that's tried it, it's kind of like, eh. You know what I mean? But it's so popular. Like, I don't know. But I think this just kind of shows that VR has potential if you want to try something new. You know what I mean? Obviously, this is like the first tag game that anybody did for VR, right? And who would have, I'm sure he never thought it was going to be this popular when he made it. You know what I mean? So I think it shows you that VR still has room for some innovation and some new things that maybe you're not fun to do in flat, but can be fun to do in VR. I don't know.
True.
Yeah, he said the old ones can maybe run in VR, but modern ones, I'm doubtful. Yeah, like the latest titles for sure. Forza Horizon, the new Forza Horizon, you ain't running that in VR. I mean, unless you do some serious work on that, you can't just make a switch for that game.
We're up to like Microsoft Flight Simulator level of, you know, performance and
I mean, probably even higher than that. I mean, not the world scale of that. I mean, it's still an open world, but I mean, Microsoft Flight Simulator is massive. But I don't know. I mean, it's going to be possible in the future sometime eventually to have those kind of advanced graphics and big games in VR. It's just not quite there yet without a lot of optimizations, but you know. So I don't know. Tell me about this Russian headset that babies are wearing.
Yeah, you know, babies like it. I mean, it's kind of their style. I mean,
it makes them drool.
It does, yeah. I mean, and they've been telling us how good it is. The babies have.
I mean, they mostly are speechless. They mostly can't even get words out when they try to tell us about it. It just ends up being a bunch of noises, and that's what tells me that Russian headset has to be pretty good, right?
Yeah. Look, this thing is a tech demo. It's to show off what they have going on. It's not like we're not seeing this. You know, I've seen some places talk about maybe being a consumer headset and stuff. We're not going to see this high-end face tracking, you know, the whole nines. It's just, no, we're not seeing this. I think it's awesome, and I love where it's going, like with the tech, with the headsets and stuff, and I feel like that stuff should become mainstream, but there's no way. It ain't happening.
Yeah. I mean, so what we're talking about here is how do you say this? So this is the Roscosmos XR2. So this is a Russian built system, and this is basically for a flight simulator kind of a thing that they're doing, like a military almost style things, I think. And it's all the hardware and software is all being developed in Russia. So the XR2 is boasting 157 degrees diagonal, a resolution of 5760 by 2880, switchable between 90 to 120 hertz, eye tracking, positional tracking with basically lighthouse style trackers, laser, unlimited object tracking, the ability to track up to 256 objects. So, I mean, on paper, this thing sounds awesome. Sounds incredible. But this, unfortunately, it doesn't sound like it's going to be for consumers at all or coming to a consumer-based platform. But I guess it's still fun to talk about in a sense because the technology is getting, I mean, this proves proof of concept for the technology, right?
Yep. That's all I see it as. Other than that, I don't get excited about much until we see an actual product in hand because it is all speculation up to that point. Other than that, I don't know, man. But like, okay, we've got like the Deca gear and stuff too. I feel like that now is way more relevant to me than anything else because we've seen products come out of their, you know, studio and their labs that is physical. You know, we actually have it. So that I can now believe a little more, but still until I have a working headset, it's different to have a working headset in hand. Then, you know, I don't know, but I feel
sorry, I didn't have this in.
Don't blast me out.
My bad. This is it here, but yeah. So, and so what this is, I mean, I guess they have a working prototype, but this is, according to the report, this hardware is being used as part of a spacecraft simulator designed specifically for cosmonaut training center. So that is what this headset is for. Like this headset isn't, you know, coming to Amazon or anything like that, as far as we know.
But the Russians are using it to train their babies, is what they're doing. That's the biggest point we need to take away from today. This is how they train them while they're young, man. Put them in this headset.
Yep, that's how you got to do them. They'll be cosmonauts for sure when they grow up.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and they're saying this is also using. They're also going to be including use with a zero gravity simulator in this headset. So what they're doing with it is really cool. But it is, it is what it is. It's cool to talk about. It's cool to see the technology grow and advance. But obviously, I don't think we're not gonna be wearing these things around and playing Population 1 anytime soon.
Nope.
So
cool to see, but yeah,
Onikaze, he said, did they pull the controller models from Super Hot, from the Rift CV1 version of Super Hot?
I know. Seriously,
yeah, I mean that's.
How low of a poly rendering do they need of controllers? Like, couldn't they get a little better than that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously those aren't actual controllers; those are just a rendering. But yeah, and they copied the lighthouse tracking. Yeah, it looks pretty much like they did. But yeah, I mean, babies approved. Yeah. They make a lot of googly noises when they try it. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. You gotta love that hardcore clickbait, though. I mean, we had to take at least a little part in the clickbait, right?
Honestly, you guys let us know in comments somewhere, anywhere, what you think, because
I'm telling you,
it's not gonna happen again. We're not clickbait people.
No, we're definitely not. This is totally just for fun. We were cracking up laughing, getting ready for the show, doing all this clickbait stuff. We just thought it was over the top. There's been a lot of discussions about clickbait lately, and I mean the bad thing is clickbait probably works. We don't like to use it because it's just annoying, but
we just don't like it.
You'll see when this episode of Coffee and VR goes to 1.5 million views, it'll be proof that the clickbait works.
That many people want to listen to us? No,
definitely not.
No.
But it's fun nonetheless. So yeah, that was our take on clickbait. That's what we were doing there. That's our take on it. We'll see what people think.
Man. What else could we have added? I don't even know.
I mean, I know Truman Pixel made a Twitter thing that said we need more arrows, more explosions.
I told you we needed more.
You did tell me that.
At one point, I asked him, I'm like, I think I need another arrow, and you lost it. I'm like, you're like, that's the best question I've ever heard asked.
I think we need to add more arrows. I'm like, oh my goodness.
More arrows.
So Chatty said, I don't like clickbait. I don't give thumbs down, but I do mark the video as not interested afterwards. So interesting. I mean, I know the bad thing is most people don't like clickbait. I think clickbait works for a lot of videos because it gets a lot of kids watching that have so much free time, and certain clickbait does work. It's gotten me before. They say this over astounding statement with this O face, like, you won't believe this, and I'm like, well, now I gotta find out what they're talking about. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. Yeah. So Jam, I love calling him Jam now, I don't know why, said, I like the little touch of drool you added. Thank you.
We put a lot of emphasis on getting that drool right.
Yep, exactly. Glad you noticed. VR Sprag, I said, if I get 1.5 million views, Tyler must grow a beard. I will actually start taking supplements to grow my hair fast if that happens.
Okay. Facial hair growth supplements. Oh boy.
Oh man. Anyways, I can't even read chat. You guys are amazing.
I know.
Hey, watch the coffee drinking.
He doesn't want you to get another migraine. He's looking out for you.
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah, true. But I like it. Drinking pizza today, man. It's so good.
It is good.
Thanks,
yeah,
Paul.
Jamie Science Teacher said the clickbait titles bother me more than the thumbnails.
I know. Hey, so thumbnails, you can replace them all with baby pictures.
Oh jeez.
There's I forget where it's at, whatever it is, but it'll replace, I think, all the thumbnails with images of like babies or something.
What?
I don't know.
That's actually a thing.
Make it like whatever. Yeah. I think so.
Never heard of that. It's pretty cool. Traveling Man said, we need rendered reality bobbleheads from listening in the car. That'd be sweet. Just going like this.
Stop. My neck would actually break.
Oh, yeah. He's got neck issues. We can't do that.
Oh, stop. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe because it's just doing this.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, boy. Beanzo said, I have 15 different car warranties on 2 car nows from clickbait. The clickbait got him on those car warranties. I'm telling you, it works. It works.
Right? Exactly.
Yep. You want attention? Babies and cats. Baby bait gate. Bliz says, I second the bobbleheads idea. I do have pins. Look at these. I've been sitting here playing with it. Coffee VR.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Be focused.
No, it's not going to be
But
focused.
I made these. I just ordered them for myself. You can't buy them, but I just throw them in giveaway stuff. But in boxes, I'll throw them in there and stuff. But make sure you do sign up for the Gleam giveaways. The link just went in the description there.
Yes.
Yeah, we got to play. I want to play some Pop 1. I want to play some Demeo, and I want to hop into some Neos later. So.
I know. There's too many games, man. It's never ending. I said I want to play No Man's Sky too. But
yeah, you mentioned that this morning. I'm like, what? We haven't played No Man's Sky in a while, and I don't even remember how to play, but I do need to check out all them updates.
I was checking up on some Elite Dangerous stuff, and I'm just like, I want to play No Man's Sky, man. Like, that just sounds good.
I think I still have that.
Cruise
I don't know if
ship.
I gave that one out.
I don't know. If not,
I don't think I have.
Try it again, because people miss stuff they did on last episode.
Yeah, it's amazing that. Well, actually, that was my fault. So on the last show, I was like, why did I not get an email saying this code was redeemed? It was a gift code. And I was like, what is going on? So I went back and looked. I swapped 2 letters. My ADD kicked in a little bit. So we gave it away on our Discord. Did feel bad about that one. That one was my fault. But join the Discord, because we now have a giveaway bot that we have randomly been dropping codes. And sometimes we ping everybody. Sometimes we don't. So you got to pay attention to that giveaway section. But I love the little giveaway bot. He's my best friend now. So that's pretty cool.
It's easy.
What happened? Arthur Knox again. He said, it's literally a software switch. The switch was OG designed to allow Xbox One to play Xbox Series X games, so no longer left behind. It was announced by Xbox.
So that you could use an older game on the newer Xboxes?
Yeah.
Is that what I'm assuming?
Huh. Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't know. I want more info. Give us more info. Give us all the details. Just private message us. Tell him to tell us everything. And
give us all of the VR. That's all we need. Okay.
Yep.
Anyways, if you guys did like the thumbnail, please let us know.
I'm sure nobody
share
liked
it
if
you really want to. If not, that's okay. We'll be back here next Saturday.
Yeah, for sure.
Did somebody finally catch it?
What?
Anakaze? Oh, no. No, I don't think it was.
There is a typo.
Nobody caught it yet.
Nobody caught it yet. It was a purposeful typo.
Somebody will.
Yeah, it's funny.
Somebody will. Yep.
Anyways, yeah. So,
all right.
Alex, send me a message. Let me know how to get my
Sniper Elite VR. Yep, coming.
Oh yeah, I'm really excited about that. But I need to know how to get my real avatar thing, whatever that real blah 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 avatar. I need to figure out how to get that into Neos. I need to hop in there a little bit earlier, try to figure out how to set all that up, because I haven't played yet. But I am gonna try to make it in there, and definitely might try to play some more Demeo with maybe gaming science teacher Fluke, Wolveraza, whoever wants to join. I know Alex. We need to get him in there with us. He's a kind of a pro in there from what I hear. So, yeah, and Sniper Elite. Sniper Elite looks so good. They've been teasing us with that for a while. So,
yep,
definitely.
Walker Williams said I caught it.
No, he didn't catch it.
Yep.
Good stuff. But again, thank you for hanging out. Hopefully Tyler's got a little bit of time to play Population 1 with me still before he's got to get ready. Stop shaking your head. No, just say yes. You don't need to mow. Your yard's probably not even long. You mow your yard like every day.
So.
All right. Anyways, thanks again. Thanks for the super chat, the buy me a coffee.
Later. Tony Digital, VR Spry Guy, everybody in chat, you guys are the real winners of today because of all the games. Gaming science teacher, right?
Yeah, it was raining in chat.
Holy crap,
if you're catching this show after the fact, you definitely missed out. There was so many codes in chat. It was.
Yep. Look, she's excited.
Yeah, I'm telling you, she didn't want to play either. She didn't want to. She held out on Demeo for a long time, but we got her in there, and
that's awesome.
She's liking
I'm glad
it.
to see it. I kept saying, I'm like, she's gonna love it, man.
Yeah, she said, "Rat King, taste my blade."
Yeah, see.
Awesome.
Yep.
Good stuff.
All right, we're out of here. Abduction, go pick it up if you're looking for something to play this weekend on PC.
There's still a bunch of sales on Steam, so.
Yeah, I know. Okay, all right, let's go. We gotta get into Pop 1.
Okay, later. See you.
Later, bye.
VR in 2016. That was when we first, we got the Rift.
Howdy, howdy.
Hey, it worked.
There he is. How about
Perfect.
that?
Hey.
We're lucky to be here. I will admit that. My name's Tyler. This is Sean. We're Rendered Reality, and we were definitely up late playing some VR last night.
Yeah. Yeah.
hole is bigger.
That's what I was thinking.
It's not always better.
Let's keep it PG, boys.
I mean, right? We don't know like how much
Right,
sound
I
is coming
agree.
out of it.
It's true.
Right.
Is there more sound coming out of it? We don't know.
Yeah.